But where I want to start with is inner child.
Yeah.
Please help me understand the concept of inner child. How does one identify their inner child, and why is it also important to know your inner child?
I think the most important thing to understand is that inner child work is extremely important if you want to manifest or bring anything in your life. So, a lot of us, want to experience good things. We have dreams and goals to accomplish. It's very important to know this, that there is an inner voice within us that is either going to help us go towards our dreams, or it's going to take us away from that path that can take us to our desire and our goal. So, what is the inner child? The subconscious mind is like a little child. That's why we call it the inner child. Why? Because all through your years, it's been storing all the information. Everything that you have experienced gets downloaded inside the subconscious mind. Now, studies on the mind tell us that on an average, every second, you may be aware of 10 or 11 thoughts. But for every 10 or 11 thoughts at the conscious level, there are 10 to 12 millions and millions of thoughts running in the subconscious mind. Now,
Wow.
can you imagine with so many thoughts running in the subconscious mind, if you're trying to bring anything into your life, whatever is more dominant inside you naturally takes over your vibration and will pull you towards that particular direction. So, if for example, we've not had a very good childhood, maybe we've felt lonely most of the times, chances are if I want to manifest something in my life, I want to bring something new, there's an inner voice which tells me, hey, you're not worthy anyways. Nobody loved you anyways. I don't think you're capable. I don't think you should be doing this. Now, because that inner voice is so strong, because it could be a maximum of these memories revolving around this particular issue, that I'm being dragged down now. And instead of going towards my dreams and the path towards my goals, I'm telling myself I'm good for nothing. What do? I attract the wrong people in my life. I make the wrong choices. I take the wrong decisions. All of that happened because of my perception of myself was wrong. So, what does the inner child really do? It basically determines your perception of yourself, your self esteem, your self worthiness, all the choices you make, the decisions you take, even your life purpose. You may think that this is my purpose, but in reality, it may just be a memory running inside your subconscious mind which is taking you astray. Maybe you have a different purpose altogether. So, for us to be able to lead a life of fulfillment means I am not only going after goals, I'm going after the right goals,
Hmm.
things that actually make me feel whole and complete from inside. That is only going to be possible when I understand what that inner voice is, if I understand what my inner deeper needs are. So, the subconscious mind can actually become my partner in success. It can actually raise my level of intuition. I can start leading a life of inspiration if I start connecting with this inner voice, if I understand the pain it may be having inside, the suffering it experiences, the problems that it's continuing to replay in my life. All of that put together, inner child work is nothing but healing your subconscious mind. It is about first connecting with your subconscious mind, then trying to correct it. Why correct? Because the subconscious mind doesn't know how to remove, it's only taking in information. And now it's only giving you based out of what it has already put inside.
These are deeper studies of, understanding your deep conscious, understanding what your inherent deeper level needs and desires are. Sometimes our desires are also on a very superficial and on a very periphery level. It is not resonating with our core. So how do we identify those desires, and how does inner child work help us to go to that domain of our subconscious mind?
First of all, when you are working on your inner child, you're connected with your core self because it's a very significant part of your consciousness, right? You cannot go to a higher level of vibration or consciousness if the conscious mind and the subconscious mind are busy playing a match and game with each other. That means you are angry, you're upset, there's an experience it brings in your life. Again, that experience causes a reaction. Again, you find yourself doing the same things over and over again. So, what we want is we want to bring harmony between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. For that to take place, it's very important to spend time in silence with yourself. Put everything else aside. No reading. Silent sitting time is not involving any reading, even listening to music. I would not do that. I would just be with myself, maybe focus on my own breath, try to just ease my body, relax my body, and then observe what is it that's going on inside me. How is the body reacting to maybe a particular person's thought coming in my mind? Maybe it's a childhood thought. Maybe it's something that happened few days back which you thought was insignificant. But you see, it's causing a reaction in your body. So, first of all, it's starting off with observing your own self, identifying emotions that you experience most of the times. The journey has to start from there. And every day, if you want to stay connected to what your purpose is, what the right goals are, you should be taking a pen and a notebook, writing down every day what it is that really makes you happy. What is it that really makes you fulfilled every single day? I started this out in my own journey as well. I didn't know that this is the path I need to take, but I would, take a pen and paper, and every day I would write down what makes me happy. Now, what you will realize is, first few days, you may not find any inner voice. It'll just be very mechanical. Maybe you
Yeah.
will have a lot of logical answers coming.
I also want to talk about this common misconception that people have. People feel that the people who have experienced a huge trauma or some sort of severe abuse in their childhood, only they need to heal their inner child. Rest of the other people are fine. So, how does one recognize that A, if it is a need for everybody, what do you think? What are your thoughts there? And if yes, then how do they kind of recognize it for themselves?
If you're unhappy with your life, no matter what you have, you may attract a success that you were looking for. You had it, you attracted a dream, you attracted a goal, still no happiness. Sadness inside for no explained reason. You feel you're missing out on something. These are signs that inner child needs to be worked on. So, no matter where you are, at what stage you are in your life, if you feel something is missing, if you don't feel a sense of connect with yourself, if you're unhappy, no matter how people and how much people do for you, what you've attracted, you still feel a sense of emptiness, loneliness from inside, probably there is something that needs to be released. And that is when inner child work becomes important. So, whether you are experiencing delays in your manifestation, whether you find yourself struggling a lot. Some people feel I have to struggle a lot to get to where I am getting. Other people have it easy. If that is the case, inner child work is required. So, does everybody require inner child work? Yes, because inner child work is about letting go, teaching the inner child to let go of the past. Does everybody require it? Yes, a big yes. Everybody requires it. It's only that some people realize it and consciously work on it. Some people will reach at that stage where they will have to work on it. Maybe a health challenge and now they have to work on it. Right? So, my suggestion would be from today, take letting go very seriously. And if you want to start practicing inner child work for letting go, very simple. Spend some time with yourself in silence and try to relax your mind and body. First of all, direct love to your own self. And then, as you direct love to yourself, direct it to anybody who bothers you. Maybe even the past, maybe an incident that bothered you that you've not been able to forget. Direct love there also. How do we do that? Just imagine you have a ball of golden light around you. Imagine this ball of love is coming towards you. And now you're directing this ball also towards other people who bother you. A simple exercise like that can help you get started with inner child work without actually learning to go deeply. Of course, if you want to do inner child work deeply, you should have taken somebody's help and help them, allow them to help you go deeper into that process. If that is also not something you're ready for, even today, go in front of the mirror, see how you're feeling, notice a negative emotion and tell yourself, no, no, that's not what I deserve. What I deserve is more love, happiness, and joy. Start writing your negative thoughts on paper. If these negative thoughts on paper are bothering you too much, once you write them down, immediately cancel them and put a reverse thought to it. And then visualize yourself like a little child, like a little boy or little girl, and tell this little boy or little girl, we deserve so much love. I love you. I love you a lot. I need you in my life. I trust you. So, whatever you missed in your childhood, you can say this to your own inner child today.
So you're kind of parenting your own inner child. You've become a parent to your inner child.
Correct. Correct. And it's a very healing process. As soon as people start doing inner child work, they feel like a lot of burden being lifted. Why? Because everybody at the core requires love. As you direct love towards yourself, even to people who bother you begin to feel a sense of ease, a sense of peace, and a sense of well being. You just feel everything is okay.